Loud Esmond here for Steer the Line. We have some picks that I want to go over with you for this weekend of both college and NFL football, where I think we've got some advantages and you can take a look. University of Connecticut. Yeah, basketball school, bad at football. Yes, I get it. But Jim Mora Jr. comes in, quality coach, NFL experience, did well at UCLA for a number of years till the program kind of fell off. He's been out for a couple years. Now he's back at UConn. And look, in the first game that they played, they were supposed to get blown off the field by the Utah State Aggies, and they hung with them. In fact, they had a 14-point lead at one point, which they eventually relinquished when the Aggies woke up. But they didn't get blown out in that game as many people expected. And then, yeah, they played some women's typing school last week and won 28-3. I think it was Central Connecticut or something. Anyway, now they go into the big house and they play Michigan. By the way, Andy explained to me how Michigan gets 4 straight home games to open the season. 4 straight home games to open the season. It seems a little odd to me. A little Jim Harbaugh advantage. UConn goes in as a 47.5-point dog to Michigan. And, let's be honest, Michigan is blowing people away. So, but they haven't played anybody. Let me just look this up real quick here. I should have this in front of me, but I don't. Yeah, they beat Hawaii, who sucks, 56-10. They beat Colorado State, who sucks even worse, 51-7. So they have covered 44 and 46 points at home against 2 terrible teams. Now the line is 47.5 this week. I don't like them to go over 47.5. Take UConn. All UConn has to do is score 10 points. They score 10 points, and it's really difficult for Michigan to get over 47.5. Now, don't look now, but what team is leading the entire NCAA in offense and defense? Honestly, I've never seen that. I was shocked. I'm on the stats for NCAA football on ESPN, and it shows the Minnesota Golden Gophers, number 1 offense in the nation, number 1 defense in the nation. Now, Minnesota gets the Colorado Buffaloes, who have been run in both the games they played. They got beat by 35-13, I think, something like that, to TCU. And then 41-10, I think it was, by Air Force. Now they come in, the Buffaloes, into Minnesota to play the Golden Gophers, and they're a 27.5-point dog. I normally don't like favorites of that many points unless it's, Alabama or Georgia or somebody who's a real powerhouse. But Colorado stinks. And what Minnesota's doing isn't complicated. They're just running the ball down people's throat and doing it again and again and again. And on defense, their defensive line and their linebackers are just ferocious. So I don't know how Colorado's going to score. If they do, they're not anywhere near keeping up with the Golden Gophers. I see this as 38-7, something like that, 38-10. And you still get over. Look, they got to beat Colorado by 4 touchdowns. Bottom line, I think they do it. All right, let's talk about Kansas City and the Chargers. That's why Christian's got to get this one up right away. I love Kansas City. I took it at -3 earlier in the week. Now it's 4.5 in most places. Nah, take it. San Diego's going to be with San Diego. That shows how long I've been covering the NFL. The Los Angeles Chargers, yes. The Bolts of Los Angeles go to Kansas City. Look, they're without one of their best receivers. They almost choked it away against the Raiders. Kansas City dissected Arizona. And you've got to go on a short week and play in one of the most hostile environments under the bright. No. This is a recipe for disaster for San Diego. Kansas City is going to blow them off the field. Kansas City Right now, -4.5. I liked it better at 3. I still like it at -4.5. The Bears, surprising, beat the 49ers last week. Now those same Bears go and play the Packers. The Packers lost last week to Minnesota, and it wasn't that ugly on defense, but their offense was bad. And Aaron Rodgers was beep, 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 backing the bus up over his receivers and everybody else in the organization after the game. And then did it on a podcast. And, he's just out there crapping all over everybody. And I don't see how that helps the situation. These receivers are young and they can't get that much better in a week. The Bears are going to struggle against Green Bay's defense, but all they got to do is score like 10 points. Green Bay is not going to come into this game and score like 30 points. It's just not going to happen. So I like the Bears division game plus 10.5. Now, if Green Bay miraculously bounces back and scores 38 points like they did when they lost badly to New Orleans last year, and then the second game, boom, offense is on fire, I'm going to look like an idiot. But I just don't like how their offense looked. And Aaron Rodgers is a locker room problem. So, yeah, Bears plus 10.5. Seahawks. Wow, the Seahawks surprisingly won. So exciting. So we like the Seahawks plus the 10.5 against the 49ers because the 49ers suck. Well, not the entire team. I love their coach, Mike Shanahan. Their defense still looks solid. But my God, Trey Lance, their quarterback, looked god-awful. So I've got to take a division rivalry. The Seahawks, Geno Smith didn't look so bad. He looked pretty good. The running game for the Seahawks with Rashad Penny is still pretty potent. The 49ers defense will give them a hard time, but I don't see how the 49ers score much because Trey Lance is just that bad. So, and it's not things you can fix right away either. His mechanics are bad. He's misreading defenses. He's missing open receivers. It's just bad. So, Seahawks in a division rivalry game plus 10.5 against the 49ers. So let me run it down again. In college, UConn plus 47.5, Michigan, Minnesota Golden Gophers minus 27.5 against the Colorado Buffaloes, Kansas City -3 to 4.5 against the Chargers, Bears plus 10.5 Packers, Seahawks plus 10.5 49ers, and finally on Monday, Bills minus whatever against the Tennessee Titans. It's 9.5. I think that's a short price. I'm going to ride the Bills until they don't cover for me. I'm Loud Esmond with Steer the Line, trying to make you a better